Hey there. This episode is for the ones who've felt it, who know something is shifting not just in the world, but in your own system. You can't explain it exactly, but the old templates feel worn out. The self-help loops, the identity games, the masculine-feminine polarity wars, none of it really resonates anymore. You feel the pull towards something truer, something more whole. Not ascended or perfect, but integrated. This isn't about becoming superhuman. It's about becoming fully human. And that's what this episode is all about. We're talking about the new human, not as a title, not as a trend, but as a living frequency that is already coming online. This is a shift in embodiment, a new internal architecture, and you may already be experiencing it without realizing. We'll talk about what it actually means, why it's available now, and how you'll know if you're accessing it and how to consciously connect to it, so you can live from the future you already sense is possible. So let's drop in. The new human is not a role you perform. It's a frequency you remember. It's what begins to emerge when you stop outsourcing your identity and start embodying the full range of your design. At the core, the new human is the inner union of masculine and feminine energies, not in relationship, but within your own system. This isn't about gender. It's about energetic functionality. In your body, no matter who you are, these two energetic principles live. The feminine energy in you is the current, the intuition, the sensation, the emotional intelligence, the creative flow. It's the part of you that listens, feels, receives, and expresses. It knows rhythm. It knows timing. It knows how to gestate something before it's born. It's the wisdom of being. The masculine energy in you is the structure, the clarity, the presence, the impulse to act. It's the part of you that holds space, chooses, moves forward with integrity. It gives your vision direction. It says, I got this, when your emotions get loud. It sets boundaries that protect your becoming. It's the wisdom of doing. For most of us, these energies have been out of sync, either one dominating the other or neither being honored. So most of us have lived from hypermasculine overdrive, constant doing, fixing, analyzing, forcing. Others have collapsed into ungrounded receptivity, floating, people-pleasing, waiting for permission. But the new human template doesn't play those games. It's not about dominance. It's about coherence. It's the masculine energy inside you learning how to hold your sensitivity, and the feminine energy inside you feeling safe enough to lead with intuition. It's not balance in the old sense. It's an upgraded integration where both speak, move, and serve together. When that happens, you stop feeling at war with yourself. You stop collapsing into polarity. You become a unified field. And from that field, you create differently. You relate differently. You heal differently. You choose differently. Because you're no longer split. You're becoming whole. So why am I talking about this now? Why is this new human embodiment coming online in this moment? Because the earth and everything on it is vibrating at a different frequency than it used to. We're not just spiritually evolving, we're energetically being upgraded. Let's talk about the planetary context first. Earth is currently passing through a region of space that's more energetically dense, what some call the photon belt or galactic core alignment. This means we're receiving more light, literally more energetic information encoded into the electromagnetic field. At the same time, solar activity is intensifying. Solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and geomagnetic storms are increasing. And these aren't just space weather events. They interact directly with your nervous system and your DNA. That buzzing, tired but wired, emotionally tender feeling, that's not just stress. That's your system reorganizing to hold more light. The earth is doing it, and so are you. Why else is this happening now? Well, the collective field has been cracked open. Old paradigms are unraveling. Religious constructs are breaking down. Government, media, education, all of them are showing their fractures. The external authorities we used to rely on no longer hold, which is painful, but also perfect. Because when the outside collapses, the inner blueprint finally has space to rebuild. And maybe most importantly, because enough of us are awake now. Enough souls have chosen to stay embodied during this shift, not to escape it, but to anchor it, to remember who and what we are, and live it in real time, not just in ceremony, but in conversation, not just in meditation, but in relationship, not just in theory, but in choice. You are not waiting to become the new human. You're being invited into it right now, because the environment can finally hold it. It's like an ecosystem. The right conditions have emerged. The light is here, the field is open, the body is listening. And that's why everything feels different. It's not a glitch, it's a signal. Your soul knows what to do. Now it's your nervous system's turn to catch up. So maybe you're wondering, how do I know if I'm already stepping into this new human frequency? Well, here's the good news. If you're listening to this, if you made it this far, you probably already are. But let's name some of the ways this shift might be showing up in your life. Because this isn't about perfection, it's about resonance. And once you recognize the signs, you stop second-guessing your process. First, you're becoming more emotionally intelligent without effort. You're not as reactive. You still feel things, sometimes very deeply. But instead of spiraling, you pause, you breathe, you witness. You can be in discomfort without abandoning yourself. You can name your needs without apology. That's not a small thing. That's a new nervous system response. Second, you feel the masculine and feminine within you, and they're learning how to collaborate. You notice when you're pushing too hard. You notice when you're floating without form. And instead of defaulting into one mode, you start listening for the internal balance point. Some days your feminine wants to lead with intuition and softness. Other days, your masculine wants to take clear, grounded action. And you don't shame either. You're letting both exist, letting your inner energies move as a team, not a tug of war. That's inner union. That's new human embodiment. Third, you can hold duality without needing to fix it. You're okay with not having all the answers. You can love someone and disagree. You can witness pain and still feel peace. You can feel grief and beauty in the same breath. You're no longer trying to resolve life. You're learning how to be with it. That's maturity. That's capacity. That's what this new template is built for. Fourth, you're less interested in performance and more interested in coherence. You care less about appearances, personas, and proving. You want real connection. You want aligned action. You want to feel congruent inside your own skin. It's not about being right. It's about being resonant. You want to live from truth, not just talk about it. And you're tired of all the old scripts that kept you spinning. Fifth, you feel a deeper embodiment waking up inside you. You're drawn to slowing down, to nature, to breath, to the present moment. You're noticing your body more, its sensations, its intuition, its boundaries, its yes and no. You're not trying to escape your body. You're starting to trust it again. And that trust, that's where the new human lives. So if you've been feeling any of this, know that you're not making it up. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're tuning in to a new internal architecture that already exists inside you. You're just now starting to remember how to live from it. Let's talk about the body, because for a long time, awakening was treated like a mind or soul experience. But this next level, this new human frequency, it's happening in your body. Your body is not behind. It's not broken. It's not the thing slowing you down. It's the interface, the place where this new consciousness is meant to live. Think of it like this. The body is the hardware. Your frequency, your essence, is the software. And over the last few years, your system has been receiving upgrades, even if you didn't realize it. Sometimes it looked like fatigue, or emotional intensity, or random symptoms that didn't fit any diagnosis, or moments where your body just said, no more. It wasn't dysfunction. It was a restructuring. Your body's saying, I'm reorganizing to hold more light, more clarity, more truth. Your nervous system especially is central here. It's the bridge between the energetic and the physical. It's where trauma used to live, yes, but it's also where coherence starts to flow, when safety and truth return. When you choose new thoughts, new actions, new rhythms, your body responds instantly. It's waiting for you. It's listening for your lead. It wants to sync with your soul, but it needs you to slow down and stop overriding its signals. And here's the wild part. The body is more intelligent than ever. Its intuitive capacities are amplifying. Its ability to send you signals through sensation, tension, temperature, emotion, it's leveling up. Many of us are starting to experience this as sudden clarity in the gut, or energy waves moving through the chest or spine. Tingles when something is true, heavy fatigue when something is misaligned, random bursts of peace, presence, or purpose. That's your body calibrating. It's the upgraded interface responding to your field. And here's the key. You can't unlock the next layer of embodiment if you keep treating your body like a problem to fix instead of a partner to listen to. The new human doesn't live above the body. The new human lives through it. That's how we bring the future into the now, not by escaping, but by fully inhabiting this form with a new level of clarity, trust, and presence. So what happens when more and more people begin to embody this? What shifts when the new human template isn't just a personal evolution, but a collective one? The answer is simple, but super powerful. Everything changes. Because the new human doesn't just relate differently to the self. They show up differently in the world. When you are no longer fragmented internally, you stop participating in systems built on fragmentation. You stop needing hierarchy. You stop defaulting to power over dynamics. You stop fueling loops of domination and collapse because they no longer resonate with your internal frequency. And that inner coherence, it radiates outward. It impacts how you parent, how you love, how you work, how you build, how you relate to life itself. You're not just reacting anymore. You're creating from integration, not identity performance. In relationship, this looks like more resonance and less codependence, clearer boundaries with more softness, devotion without self-abandonment, attraction that's based on soul recognition, not wounded polarity. In leadership, this looks like listening as deeply as you speak, serving without controlling, guiding from embodiment, not ego, holding power lightly, not grasping for it. In community, it looks like shared resources instead of scarcity, emotional literacy as a norm, not a privilege, collaboration as default, not competition. And in the bigger picture, this changes our systems, because systems are made of people, and when people shift, the structures do too. The more of us who walk with this internal union, this coherence between masculine and feminine, logic and feeling, form and flow, breath and truth, the more we create an energetic field strong enough to support new realities. Education, economy, healing, governance, art, technology, all of it is up for reinvention. But it won't be designed by control. It will be shaped by who we've become. The new human is not here to tweak the old world. We're here to embody a new one, and it starts inside. So let's bring this home. You might be feeling the resonance, the remembrance, the truth of all of this, but you're also asking, okay, what do I actually do with this? You don't need a 10-step plan. You need a few simple embodied shifts that help you move from theory to frequency, from concept to lived reality. Here are a few powerful entry points. First, drop into your body, often. Put your hand on your chest, close your eyes, take a slow breath, ask, what am I feeling? What does this moment want from me? This isn't about self-analysis, it's about self-presence. The new human doesn't operate from the mind alone. You operate from your whole field, and that starts with checking in. Second, start listening for your inner masculine and feminine. Try this practice. Open your journal, ask, what does my inner masculine want to say right now? Then write from that energy, clear, direct, grounded. Next, ask, what does my inner feminine need right now? Then write from that energy, intuitive, emotional, and flowing. Let them talk. Let them listen to each other. This creates internal union, and that union creates coherence. Third, simplify your decisions. Choose resonance over performance. You don't have to get it right. You just have to feel what's real. Before making a choice, pause and ask, is this aligned with my energy or just my fear? Am I reacting or responding from my truth? What would wholeness do in this moment? This single habit rewires everything. Fourth, let your daily rhythms reflect inner union. Structure and softness, focus and flow, rest and movement. You're not here to operate like a machine. You're here to live as a rhythm. The more you honor that in your day-to-day choices, the more your nervous system relaxes into the new human frequency. Fifth, speak from the version of you who's already whole. Before you write, post, speak, or share, ask, what would the integrated version of me say right now? Even if just in a whisper, practice letting that voice be heard. Because the new human doesn't wait to be ready. They practice remembering, and that remembrance becomes embodiment. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. This is about building trust with the new version of you that's already here underneath the noise. You don't have to become something else. You just have to stop overriding the one who's already arrived. So what becomes possible when we stop trying to fix ourselves and start living as who we truly are? What shifts when we stop performing polarity and start embodying inner union? What opens when we stop identifying with the fragments and start showing up as the field? The new human isn't just spiritually awake. You are emotionally coherent, energetically integrated, physically attuned, soulfully present. You walk through the world not needing to prove, not needing to escape, but able to respond to life from a deeper knowing. That kind of embodiment, it ripples. It changes how we raise children, how we resolve conflict, how we share resources, how we lead, love, and build. It changes what we think is possible for humanity, for healing, for creation itself. The new human template carries with it quantum intuition and practical action, divine intelligence flowing through grounded form, leadership rooted in humility and clarity, relationships built on resonance, not roles, a body that is home, not a burden, a mind that serves the soul, not a matrix. It doesn't look one way. It doesn't speak one language. It doesn't belong to any one path or lineage. But you'll know it when you feel it. You already have. So let this be your reminder. You are not waiting to become something new. You are unfolding into what has always lived within you. This is not the final destination. It's the next evolution. The invitation isn't to strive, but to remember, to feel your wholeness in real time, to speak from the place that's already integrated, to live from the rhythm that knows how to hold complexity with grace. That's the new human. It's not just an idea. It's you, right here, right now. Welcome home.